Florence asked Mr. Rusty if he'd seen Zebedee, and Mr. Rusty said he hadn't, not for some time. So Florence called and waited and wondered, because it wasn't like Zebedee to be late when he said he'd be early. "Stuck in the traffic?" said Mr. Rusty. "What traffic?" said Florence, which made Mr. Rusty think. But before he could decide, Zebedee arrived. "Sorry to be late," he said. "Get stuck in the traffic?" said Mr. Rusty. And then he realized he'd missed hearing something, but he couldn't think what. "Did you notice anything?" said Zebedee. "Like not hearing something you usually hear, for instance?" "Oh, yes," said Florence. "No boing." "Exactly," said Zebedee. "I'm using my spare spring, and it doesn't boing." "Then we must do something about it," said Florence. "Have you seen a spring, Dougal?" she asked. "Have I seen a what?" said Dougal. "A spring," said Florence. "Surely you mean the spring," said Dougal, "or the summer, or the autumn." "Oh, no, you misunderstand me," said Florence. "I mean Zebedee's spring. He's lost it, and I'm looking for it." "Lost it? I thought he was attached to it," said Dougal. "Look, why are you going the other way?" he said peevishly. But Florence didn't listen. She was too busy looking for Zebedee's spring. "Good morning, Ermintrude." "Good morning, dear heart." "Have you seen a spring?" "Spring? Oh, what a lovely time. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la." "Goodbye, Ermintrude," said Florence. "She's never been the same since she did all that moon jumping," said Dougal. "Oh, was that her?" said Florence. Dylan was asleep. "Don't bother," said Dougal. "He wouldn't know a spring from a hole in the ground." "I would too," said Dylan, to their utter amazement. "A spring makes a noise and a hole in the ground keeps silent. It's a natural law, ma'am." "Well, having sorted out that little problem, perhaps we can get on," said Dougal tartly. "Furthermore, a spring," said Dylan, "goes like this," said Florence. "Yes, we know. Thank you." "When you've quite finished pirouetting," said Dougal. "Oh, Dougal," said Florence. "Come on, Pavlova." "Oh, Dougal," said Florence. "Crazy," said Dylan, "like, crazy. Now, who else can we ask?" said Florence. "I can think of someone," said Dougal darkly. "Boing, boing, 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 boing." "I might have known," said Dougal. "I might have known." "I like it, I like it." "Now that's naughty, Brian," said Florence. "I am setting," said Brian, "a new trend in snail behaviour." Boing, boing. Florence was infected. But Dougal was disgusted. "I refuse to notice what's going on," he said. "Spoil sport," said Florence. "Spoil sport?" said Dougal. "You wait till I get you home." "I like it, I like it." Oh, well. Zebedee arrived and learnt the awful truth. "I'm afraid your spring's a bit bent," said Florence, giggling. "This is no laughing matter," said Zebedee. "Luckily, I'm able to put it right, and I suggest it's time for bed."